Hi guys, Roger Shahata here. Hope you're all doing well. For those of you who I've never had the pleasure of meeting before, wondering who I am or what I do, I've been involved in the network marketing industry now for nearly 20 years. That's right, you heard me correct, nearly 20 years. I am a top earner with the company. I am in the top 1% earnings. And, I've changed people's lives literally all over the world with what I teach, my philosophies, and everything that I've learned over the last 20 years. So I'm really excited for you to be here for this free training that I'm sharing with you. But what I want to do today is really talk to you guys about why most people fail in the network marketing industry. So I really encourage you, as always, to take good notes, come back and watch these videos over and over again, because this is really the key to becoming successful in your network marketing business. So let's talk about why most people fail in network marketing. I did some research on the internet, and the average income of a network marketer worldwide is only $2,000 a month, which is really unfortunate to hear and see, because of the potential of what you can actually earn with the network marketing business if you build your business right. So let's start with the number one reason why most people fail in network marketing. And I want you to write this down. The first reason is their goals, or the reason why they are doing the business is not strong enough. My mentor, Jim Rohn, always taught me, he said, when the reason why is strong enough, the how to do the business becomes very easy and simple. Okay? So you've got to get very clear on why you are involved in this business. Maybe it's to change your family's life, your financial situation. Maybe you're sick of the boss, want a better lifestyle. Whatever the reasons are for you, you've got to work on that reason why. Because once you are very clear on the reason why, how to do the business becomes second nature, just comes naturally. Okay? I know for me, nearly 20 years ago, for those of you who don't know my story, I was in $1 million debt when I first got involved in the network marketing business. From a previous business I had been involved in, traditional business. And, the first thing they got me to do is get very clear on my goals. And obviously with $1 million debt, I was a newlywed, looking to start a family, all that kind of stuff. I couldn't afford to do anything. I literally was scraping money to put food on the table. And, So I made a list of at least 20 goals when I first got started. And obviously one of them was to get rid of the creditors that I owed money to from my previous business, make sure that, I can pay whatever I could pay, put food on the table, keep a roof over our head so that we're not living in the streets. And so once I got clear on that reason why, I made the list of my 20 goals. Then it was just a matter of going to action and doing some work, which leads me to the second point of why people fail in network marketing. The second point is because they don't have a clear action plan of what they are going to be doing in their business every single day. The biggest challenge most network marketers have is because they are self-employed or their own boss. They think they can come and go as they please, do what they want when they please. Yes, that is the reality once you've built your business, but not in the beginning when you're first getting started, especially if you're struggling financially or need to change your lifestyle fairly quickly. I remember, and sometimes, family are the ones that are against you at the most at the beginning of when you get started in network marketing, because they don't look at it as a traditional business, because you work for yourself from home. And so they think you can easily, pick up things and do things when you want. in the beginning when you're trying to establish your business. I used to get comments from family members saying, well, you're your own boss, aren't you? Why don't you just, do that later or whatever? Here's the reality. If you don't employ yourself, later will never come. So that's a great tip for you right there. You want to get a schedule together of what you are doing, when you are doing it, how much activity you're actually doing for that particular method. Okay? Because once you actually employ yourself and get very clear on what you're doing on a daily basis, when you're doing it, you'll have a routine set out for yourself, then the distractions of life will go out the window. I remember family members used to ring me and say, hey, can you come and pick me up and take me to this place, or take me to a doctor's appointment, or why aren't you coming to the christening this weekend? It's a family member, instead of attending another seminar. This is what I call, and my mentor, Mr. Jim Rohn, again says it, it's called the arrows of the tongue. Okay? Beware of the arrows of the tongue. You are a brand new member, or hopefully you're not a brand new member, still you've established a business, but if you are a brand new member listening to this, you got to get clear on what your job role is every single day in your network marketing company. Okay? What time you wake up, what activities are you doing when are you having lunch, when are you going to the gym, when are you picking up kids if you got kids, when are you doing school drop-offs, when are you doing sports activities with the kids? All that kind of stuff needs to actually be scheduled in your daily life. If you don't schedule it in, you will not succeed in your network marketing business. One of the things I've always been taught is if you fail to plan, you actually plan to fail. It's really that simple. So, I was very diligent from the beginning when I first started. I had to be diligent because $1 million debt was not easy to deal with. I had negotiated with all the creditors to pay him $10,000 a month till I pay off the $1 million. So you can imagine that's already a 10-year plan before I even start putting money in my pocket and, working on $10,000 a month. And it was really hard for my wife and myself. We had to be very diligent, very clear on what we were doing. I couldn't find a job to get some cash flow happening before I started my network marketing business. We did whatever it took. We worked crazy hours in the beginning. I was sleeping 4 hours a day in the first 8 months of my network marketing business. And, boy, did it pay off. I tell you, I was making $10,000 a month by my 8th month of business, and then my income started to grow from there and literally changed our lives. But we had a very clear plan. Now, you might say, wow, making $10,000 a month by 8 months in the business is absolutely fantastic. Yes, it is. But when you think about what my debt was, $1 million debt, $10,000 a month worth of expenses, that $10,000 was coming in from one hand and going out the other hand. So $10,000 actually wasn't enough for what we needed to do to stand back up on our feet. So shortly after, by the 12th month of business, my wife wanted to quit her nursing job and join me full-time in the network marketing business. And really we were surviving on her income because that $10,000 we were making from our network marketing was just going straight to the bills. And I was really nervous about that. I was like, oh, okay, we need that extra $2,000 or $3,000. I'm not sure if we're ready to make that shift. And she said, no, I think we are ready to do this. And I said, okay, well, if we're gonna do it, we have to, be clear on where the extra $2,000 or $3,000 a month is going to come from. And because of all the activity we did previously for the 8 months before that, we used to record our results on what we call a gauge sheet. And what a gauge sheet really is, if you don't know what it is, It's basically tracking your results of the different methods you're doing in the business, how much activity you're doing for each method, and what kind of results are you getting from each of those methods. So for example, if you're doing flyers as an activity, okay, well, let's update it. Let's say social media, because we are in 2022 now, and flyers is pretty much out the window. It's been replaced with social media, which I believe is the new flyers of the 2022, okay? But I used to do the hard work with flyers. So when I used to do flyers, you know, it was literally 1,000 flyers in the morning, 1,000 flyers in the evening. In the morning, I would do it about our company products. In the evening, I'd do about our business opportunity. And I would do that 5 days a week without fail, every single day, 2,000 flyers a day. So I knew by doing 2,000 flyers a day, for example, you know, I would get X amount of phone calls. From the X amount of phone calls, I'd get X amount of customers or X amount of new members in my network marketing business. So tracking results is absolutely crucial, and it's what we call a gauge sheet. Now, a gauge sheet's just columns and, you know, just breaking it down into bits and pieces that, you know, the plan for the day, the activity. So the plan is what you plan to do for the day. The activity is what you actually did for the day. The response, how many phone calls you might have got from that activity. Because we always ask the prospect, how did you find out about us? And that's really key if you really want to expand your network marketing business. You've got to know where you're getting the leads from, because otherwise you're investing time and possibly money into areas that aren't getting you great results. So you want to be making sure that you're getting a response, you know where the response is coming from, and then from the amount of people that responded to your ad, how many converted to a new member or a new customer. And that's really, really key. So once we understood those numbers for my wife and myself, we said, okay, we grabbed all these gauge sheets and we said, okay, if you want to go full time, how many more customers do we need a month? How many more distributors do we need a month to compensate your wage at least? Okay, so we sat down and calculated, and you know, we had to increase our activity a fair bit, and we said, no problem. Now there's two of us that are actually looking to do it full time. We can do that. So guess what? We were still working as hard as I was when we first started, okay? And my wife was as well, because my wife used to do nursing, and then she'd finish her nursing shift, and in the pitch dark, before she comes home, like she'd be working till late at night, or early in the morning, I should say, and in the pitch dark, before the sun rises, she'd be out doing flyers in letterboxes, and then she'd come home and sleep. So we were both working like crazy hours to build our business in the first 8 months, but it definitely paid off. And, you know, so what we did is we put a plan together of what we're going to do as a couple now that she was going to go full time. And she gave her 2 weeks notice, and then she joined me full time in the business. And within 3 days, I can promise you this, within 3 days of putting that plan to action, the new plan with her coming on full time, we compensated what she would make in a month from her nursing job, okay? And this is the importance of having a clear reason why you are doing the business, number one. 2, employing yourself, having some kind of schedule for yourself of when you work in the business, what hours you're doing, not letting any distractions of life get in the way. And number 3, putting that plan of action to work. Because it's only when you go to work that things start to happen. You know, a lot of people sit there planning and planning and planning and planning. That's great, but if you don't put it to action, it means nothing, okay? Here's a great quote I want you to write down. An imperfect plan started today is better than a perfect plan never started. It's that simple. So just get into action and something will start to happen. Then you can fine tune it along the way. Which is the reason, again, most people are failing in network marketing is because they expect a quick result. Sometimes things don't happen as quickly as you want them to. Trust me, I know, because I've been there, okay? And it opens up the fourth area that I want to talk to you today, which is what we call delayed gratification. Write that down, delayed gratification. Delayed gratification means that what you do today in your business doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to get paid today for the work that you have done today. And because most people come from a job mentality, they think, okay, well, I've done 20 hours of work this week. Where's my pay for 20 hours this week? It doesn't work that way in network marketing. I mentioned on a previous call or a podcast with you guys or YouTube video that what you do today is not what you get paid for. You're building momentum. You're getting that car going. It's like a manual car. You're in first gear. You can't expect to go straight to fifth or sixth gear, depending on what kind of car you drive. You can't expect to do that from first gear. It just doesn't go that way. You've got to build momentum in the car so that you can go into second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, maybe even sixth gear. Okay? So get clear on your action plan, put it to work, track your numbers, and expect delayed gratification. Now, the exciting thing is the delayed gratification isn't for a long period of time, guys. It's what we call a 90-day plan. If you're consistent with your activity, which opens up another area of why people fail in network marketing, is because they're not consistent. They expect to do work one day and take 3 days off or 2 days off, and then do work for another day or two and take another 3, 4, 5 days off. It doesn't work that way. You are building that momentum just like the car analogy I just shared with you. So you've got to be very clear on what you're doing. Stick to what we call a 90-day plan. What is a 90-day plan? It's a one-day plan done for 90 consecutive days, doing the same thing in and out for 90 days. Okay? But with your plan, here's what we always recommend, or what I personally recommend from experience. To have three methods that you're using to retail or promote your products and services of your network marketing company. Minimum 3 methods. Same thing with the recruiting side to recruit new members into your network marketing business. You want to have minimum 3 methods. So 3 methods for retail, 3 methods for recruiting. Why 3 methods for each? This is my philosophy on it. The reason you have 3 methods of each is because if one doesn't work, at least 2 will. If 2 don't work, well, guess what? At least one of them, I don't want to put that finger up, but at least one of them will work. Okay? And it's the same thing with the recruiting. So if you have 3 methods for each, and you do it consistently, which is the key word there, for 90 consecutive days, do it consistently for 90 consecutive days, track your results, you will know what is working and what is not working. And then after 90-day period, guess what you could do? The ones that aren't working, you can replace them with a different method of operation in your business. So let's say, for example, flyers didn't work for you. Well, you might throw that out the window after 90 days because the result was poor for the time and effort you were putting into it. And then say, okay, well, what else can I do? Oh, I might do TikTok or Instagram or whatever another method is. Okay, if 2 of them don't work, throw the 2 out the window after 90 days, put 2 new methods in, and do that for 90 more days. And then review it again in 90 days' time. And so what will eventually happen is you will eventually keep throwing things out and bringing new methods in from what you've been taught in your network marketing company, and you'll eventually have 3 methods that work for retail and 3 methods that work for recruiting, that guess what? Your business just happens like clockwork. I can tell you after 20 years, I really don't have to do too much in my business. I've built such a clientele base that month after month, customers are reordering. I'm constantly promoting through my email database, promotions for the month or challenges or whatever the case might be for the month, and attracting those customers to keep reordering, keep buying, keep coming back. Referring more people is another one. Okay, same thing with the business opportunity. Okay, you got that momentum, and I tell you, once you got that momentum, you're in 5th or 6th gear. It all just starts to happen naturally after that, And if you're doing some great personal volume in your personal business and recruiting like crazy, guess what happens in the duplication process of your business? Your distributors start to duplicate what you are doing, because then they are on the same track as you. Okay, and that is leads me to the next reason why people fail in network marketing. Some people get so good at retailing or promoting their products that they're getting cash flow, which I believe, the retailing side and promoting is really just building cash flow in your business. It's not going to build you a residual income. The residual income comes from your organization duplicating what you do. They actually retail and promote your product, and they actually recruit like crazy in their network marketing business, because it's only when you help enough people get what they want that you will have everything you want to. And that's basically how network marketing is. It's such an amazing business model that you're helping people get what they want, and you get more in return just for helping people. And everybody loves helping people. And here's the great thing: we get paid for helping people in the network marketing business. How exciting is that? Okay, so it leads me to the next thing, which basically is you got to get that duplication going. Get that happening as quickly as possible, no matter what your financial situation is at the moment. I mean, I was in $1 million debt, but I knew from day one that I had to be recruiting from day one if I want to build that lifestyle income. I knew the retail was only going to give me cash flow and put food on the table, but the recruiting was going to build my lifestyle income and give me time freedom to do what I want, when I want, with whoever I want, whenever I want. Okay? So recruit like crazy and open up that duplication system. Now, if you feel that your team is not duplicating, which is probably one of the biggest challenges in network marketing, and again, why a lot of people fail in it, is because they don't have people actually duplicating a proven system. Well, the great thing is you're enrolled in this program, you're enrolled in my information sessions. You want more free trainings on how to get the duplication system happening in your organization. Visit my website. It's discoverthegoodlife.com. It's not promoting my network marketing company at all. All I share in those trainings is how to really duplicate yourself and have a clear system that actually works, so that your team can also duplicate the business, and therefore the royalty income starts to happen for all of you. So that's all I really wanted to share today in this session. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share these videos, these podcasts with everybody you know, because this is all free information. There's no obligation for anything. Visit my website, discoverthegoodlife.com, more free training there. Plenty on my YouTube channel, which is also Discover the Good Life, or just search my name, Roger Shehata, R-O-G-E-R. Shehata is spelled S-H-E-H-A-T-A. You'll come across plenty of trainings I've done over the years, even in my younger years when I first started in network marketing. And I'll look forward to seeing you all on the next podcast. Bye for now.